What is up, everybody? I'm George Mossey. So, David and Annie, after the 90 days, season 2, episode 6 has aired. We are 6 episodes in. We are so close to a trip to Phuket with Amber and Jordan, Aunt Lome, Cindy, Annie, and David. But before we can do that, we actually were able to watch David accomplish something that he set out to do. Now, he decided that he wanted to become a monk, and a lot of us didn't understand. So, during this process, we watched David go through the steps of becoming a monk. It's a 3 day process. You actually stay at the temple and you literally take on the duties of becoming a monk. Now, one thing that struck me very humbling about this experience was that the monks actually wake up at 4:30 a.m. and they walk the village, and they are actually fed by the people who live in the village. And guys, no one in this village where Annie grew up is rich, but they all prepare food for the monks and feed them daily. And it's just such a humbling experience because being a monk, apparently, you learn to be a minimalist. You don't need materialistic things. You don't need designer clothes. You don't even need underwear. You just literally read and enlighten yourself and be happy within. Inner happiness is what being a monk is all about. And watching the process of that has really made me understand why David was so interested in becoming a monk, especially since he has adopted a lot of the Thai culture into his life. This was just something that seemed natural to him. And I feel like as an American, I would love to know what it feels like when happiness comes from within, because we are always drawn to believe that we need material things, we need outside things to make us happy. And David was able to accomplish this. He has now enlightened himself and he is a honorary monk, the first foreigner in that village to become a monk there. Congratulations to David. Now, before we can head to Phuket, there's a couple more things that have to be done. They have to get ready. So Cindy decides to give Aunt Lome a makeover so she's looking fresh and feeling her best in Phuket, because we all know Aunt Lome can be a bit difficult. She does have her ways, and she's very interested in knowing what's going on in Amber and Jordan's life, which is not strange. She is the matriarch of the family. She is the elder. She wants to make sure that the kids are growing up safe. We did learn that Aunt Lome's negative views of Phuket are actually just based on word of mouth things that people have told her. She hasn't actually been there and she doesn't even know a lot about the city. She just feels that the things that people have told her makes her a bit worried about the kids being there. But Annie and David feel that it's the best place for them to kind of see and understand and experience Western culture. They literally speak English there. You can order food in English. You can shop and talk to people in English. Every interaction would be in English, and they're actually going to attend a school where they're going to teach them English and having conversations in all English. No Thai is allowed once they arrive and land in Phuket, from touchdown until touch up back to when they return to the village. Now, we are keeping our fingers crossed. I know there's a few episodes left this season. We are really hoping to see Amber and Jordan make it to America so they can experience the Western culture and see what it's like to live where Annie is living, and also learn English and better themselves so when they do return to the village, they can have a more successful career and life. So one thing that I did notice that stood out to me, Jordan said that if he had a younger girlfriend, she would not allow him to go to America or go to Phuket or do any of these things. So he informed us at 15 years old that he's dating an 18-year-old, and she is very understanding of his travel plans and his multiple continent living. Going to Phuket is one thing, but moving to America, that's a different continent. That's a long ways off. But Jordan said that in order for him to be able to do these things, he has to date an older woman. Now, I definitely believe that older women are more mature. They know what they want and they have less to be insecure about. They're very confident and they know what they want and they know what they deserve. So I feel like Jordan is on to something. A lot of people have decided to date older, and I think that it does work out a little better. The younger you are, and I think it goes for male and female, the more immature you can be, and you tend to pick fights over things that are just not important. So, all right, guys, that's it. That's what happened on Annie and David after the 90 days, season 2, episode 6. I will talk to all of you next week when we watch episode 7, when they actually arrive in Phuket. We're going to see exactly how this goes, because Aunt Lome is very skeptical about this situation and what is going to take place with Amber and Jordan. So we will be there to watch. Make sure you're following me on all social media platforms at George Mossey, georgemossey.com, and anywhere you get your podcast. And I'll talk to all of you guys really soon.